Well, I've had 28 fights, and I've jumped over the rope 28 times. You know, I was told to do this by my first manager, Adonis Torres. He said to me, it always attracts the eye of the crowd, you know, and that's very important. And the judges, because you also have to impress them.
That's a good shot.
Well, every time Eubank lands a good shot, it seems to spur Ron Malik on, and he comes back and invariably gets on a couple of good digs of his own. Strong man.
Very, very strong. Durable character. But class clientele.
I could imagine that Chris Eubank is the sort of fighter who could really now cause a stoppage in this fifth.
I think
now he's got his man on the hook. Is he going to let him off? The American goes down. Roy Francis has seen enough, and that's a wise and humane stoppage in this fifth. It was the left hand that did the damage, and that's win number 16 out of 16 for Chris Eubanks from Brighton. Jean-Noel Kamara looking so apprehensive. Oh! And one right out. One right out. If he gets up, I don't think Dave Powers will let it go on. No, he doesn't. That's it. That's quite enough.
That was a devastating performance by Eubanks. What can one say?
Eubank again wrestled his man to the canvas, but he's got to realise, Chris Eubank, that if he does get careless and hangs his chin out, he could pay very dearly. Because Melfa can take you with a single shot. Eubank's dignity clearly stung by those rights. He's got him with a right hand, and he's down. And Melfa is going to struggle to beat this count. He's counted out. The legs are like jelly. And in the fourth round, Chris Eubank makes it win number 18 out of 18. Bang. Knockout. Cronin can take you out with a shot.
Oh, he's in trouble now. That was a good right hand from Eubank.
Roddy Evans has seen enough. And that's a good stoppage.
You then own the track of your first title, the WBC International, which was rated above the top 10. And the opponent was the Argentine middleweight Hugo Corti. That was at London's Earthy York Hall at Bethnal Green. What did this mean to you, Chris?
It was a championship fight. It was a way Barry Hearn saw fit for me to enter into the television screening of fights. I saw it as a stepping stone for other titles, and that victory was very important to me. You know.
This is a better round for the challenger, and two beautiful left hands once again test the champion's durability, and once again the champion is not found wanting.
Yeah, Chris got through the right hand and the left hook that time, and the guy still standing and coming back with good shots of his own, so full credit to the champion.
Haven't even looked like wobbling him yet.
But another good round for Chris Eubank.
Yes.
Scoring state.
Yes, he's coming back strong in this round. He's taking this round so far. Eubank moving in for the kill now. And Corti, from looking iron-jawed, now looks gone.
He's in big trouble. I don't know how long he's left in this round, but Eubank is a ruthless finisher.
We asked, how good is Chris Eubank, and we're finding out.
He's going for the big one now.
The gum shield has gone, and he's in awful trouble. And boy, oh boy, saved by the bell. A big round for Chris Eubank.
Well, an 8th round win with Corti, and then came 2 title defences. I thought the first may have been a bit disappointing. That even in those days, the critics didn't give you too much credit, did they? A fellow called Contreras. What do you have to say about that?
It's quite the contrary. It was a very good performance. He was a very evasive, very hard-chinned fighter. You know, it wasn't too good in the artillery department, but he put up a very good fight for me, and I know that it was a very good performance, regardless of what the critics say. The critics, they don't have to do my job, and so they take it lightly. You know, if they had to do it, then they'd think differently. You know, it's wicked for you not to give me good reviews. You know, all I can do is fight. This is a spontaneous thing. We are in there and we are doing the job. You know, and whatever happens, happens. You know, but whatever happens, you should give us credit. You know.
Yeah, it's a question of, you know, you can't lay eggs, but you know whether the eggs are good or bad, really. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised if when you finished your career, you actually finished up a critic. I think it'd be quite a good one.
No, not for me. I want nothing to do with this game of boxing.
Well, a critic of something else, I mean.
Well, I'm not really, I'll tell you the truth. I'm not really interested. I don't want to get involved in other people's lives. That's not for me. You know, my mind wants to be free of all these things in the world. I'm going to go about and study. Maybe I'll study, maybe I'll travel. I probably will do both. To be involved in other people's lives is not something that I want to stay around, you know.
Now we're back on to the other defence of that WBC International against Kid Milo, a tough nut from the Midlands, isn't he? And still is. But again, you took a bit of stick from the critics because you were asking the referee to stop it, and he wouldn't. He did eventually, of course.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think the referee should have stopped it from about the 4th round. He had 2 cuts, which were cuts of which other referees would have stopped it. I caught him in the 6th round with a right hand. He staggered. I could have followed up. But I had no animosity towards Kid Milo. Kid Milo was very respectful towards me. He didn't speak to me. He understood that he had a struggle on his hands, and I respected that.
I don't think Milo can believe his luck. Finish the job, somebody behind me shouting. Well, that was stupid on Eubank's part.
Very much so. He had the fellow out on his feet, and he really should have went in and landed the 1, 2, 3, which was a false narrow call to step in and stop the fight.
Glorious right-hander, right flush on the side of the jaw. Milo helpless on the ropes, and what does Eubank do? Walks away. Well, we'll fool him.
It's like we don't live to regret it.
I don't think he will somehow, Jim, because Milo's eye looking worse by the second as this 6th round progresses.
Sure, it's only a matter of time before the referee stops this contest. He's badly cut now and well behind, and Chris is absolutely above him. Treating him with contempt, which, as I said before, if you're going to be a champion, the arrogance, the contemptness, call it what you like, you've got to have it, because you've got it in abundance. He really could have ended the fight there, Dave, you know, tremendous right hand, and Milo was gone.
Take another look at that right-hander at the end of this round, presuming that the fight is still alive at that time. Milo waving Eubank forward. Brave man. It's getting a little bit silly there. That looks very bad.
Yeah, really no way back from that. It's a terrible cut in a fight against a man of Eubank's class. It's hard enough without the injuries. But now things are really looking desperate.